Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll be showing you how to pack fragile items such as marble sculpture, porcelain, pottery, and ensure that it gets to where you want it to go safely and in one piece. If you watch other videos on this channel, you know that we receive a lot of sculpture in the mail. We also send out sculptural works. Many of these pieces have survived since the 19th century, only to arrive at our house broken because someone didn't know how to handle them properly. And we're talking about supposed professionals. So what we're going to be doing in this video is unpacking something that I know that was packed well, and then you can reverse the process for yourself and determine how to pack them safely, again, to keep them in one piece as you send things out. Stay tuned. So as we take a look at this delivery, first we see that there are fragile stickers applied to the outside of the box. Even though they can be ignored, seeing them at least reminds the handlers that the item inside is delicate. Then we have plastic straps in both the horizontal and the vertical dimensions. They prevent the box from accidentally opening on one hand, but they're also convenient to pick up and carry the item. They decrease the chances of it slipping out of someone's hands as they're carrying it around. Or dropping it because of its bulky size. And then we can also see here that this is a custom size box. It's fairly thick cardboard, first of all, and it's been cut down to fit what's inside. And we can tell that because the opening between the flaps on top is not centered. If it were a standard box, it would be directly dead center, cut down the middle. Here you see a little bit of overlap or unevenness to where it's opening, and that shows that it's custom. And the custom box is beneficial because it's sized to fit the items inside more snugly, so they don't have the chance to move around. And when you don't, when the item doesn't move around, then there's no chance of it jostling. It doesn't fly around in the box. When you open the outer box, you see immediately there's a second one inside, so you have a box within a box. And other than building a wooden crate, this is really the safest way to transport delicate pieces because it creates a buffer zone. You're adding an extra layer of shock absorption and insulation against impacts, vibration, or rough handling that can occur during transit. It's crucial that the inner boxes be snug inside the outer box, and they've done that here by first cutting the box down also, so the inner box is also custom. Again, the flaps aren't dead center. And they also stuck foam blocks all around the edges. But you can see them here on the top flaps. And this keeps, the box from jostling around inside. If you look more closely, you see there's another foam block placed on the sides. There are a bunch of them all the way around, so they keep things from moving. When we open the inner box, we see again how snug everything is. They've used large bubble wrap protection, the ones with large cells, and they've essentially wrapped the entire object in a large bundle. So there's no room for movement. The French word for packing is emballage. Italian, it's imballaggio, and I think these really capture the idea of how you should wrap things in a secure ball or a bundle, imballaggio, which is super important to prevent breakage. Then inside the large bubble wrap, we see a layer of honeycomb paper wrapping the objects inside. Alternatively, this can be small bubble wrap. I usually see that more commonly, the kind you can pop with your fingers. But honeycomb paper like this is equally spongy, and it's more environmentally friendly because it's probably more widely recyclable, reusable as a recycled material being paper. They've also used wads of paper here to fill the empty spaces between the objects, so the voids are filled. Again, this keeps things from hitting one another. They're not going to bump or move around. You can also use foam blocks, soft ones, for this, or other things like wadding or peanuts, anything like that, to make the items snug and prevent them from moving around. And then lastly, under the honeycomb paper or your small bubble wrap, you can use an additional layer of wrapping paper. Sometimes I've seen plastic wrap or like a thin foam sheeting as alternatives, but here they've used sort of a white wrapping paper. The end result is that the delicate objects, like these alabaster urns, can survive a long trip once you've packed them effectively. These came all the way from France to the US, and they had no damage. As you can see, the process itself is really simple. You just need to follow the right steps, and everything will be fine. But something to avoid is being cheap with the packaging. If what you have inside is important to you, if it's valuable, why would you get a thin box? Why would you skimp on the amount of packing material? It's not worth saving a few bucks to sacrifice the item and have it break in the mail. Um, you want to keep your precious item well wrapped and packed effectively. Again, following these simple steps will ensure that you can do that. Thanks for viewing. I hope you found that useful for your needs in shipping out delicate objects like marble sculpture, pottery, or porcelain. If you like the video, give it a like on YouTube and subscribe for more informational content like this, as well as YouTube shorts, including various artworks that we are highlighting. Thanks again.